Andrew Forrest joined me a short time ago where I began by asking him whether he saw this as a big win for him or $2 billion for Andrew Forrest.
No, look, I just think that's really going hard at a political angle. I think this came out of a lot of consultation, particularly a round table which the Treasurer held with around $2 trillion worth of equity under investment around that table. Most of Australia's top companies around that table. I wasn't there. In fact, don't recall getting invited even. So this actually has been made independent of us. But everyone knows, I've been called everything under the sun for the last 3 or 4 years. Why do you believe in green hydrogen? It's never going to work, blah, blah, blah. And now we can see it's taking off in Europe, it's taking off in North America, and Australia could be a really big winner, Kieran, or we could actually lose. So why not make sure that we give our natural advantages and our hardworking and smart people the best chance they have?
So, OK, to answer the critics directly, what do you say to those that argue it's unproven technology?
I just say, mate, look, I don't know where you were when the wheel got invented. I don't know where you were when the radio came on or the television. I obviously know you're here now. And I can tell you this technology has been around forever. It hasn't been done at great scale. I'm used to that. I'm used to taking things which are small and making them very big. I'm an industrialist. I started Fortescue with a completely new type of iron ore, Kieran, with bottle tops and beer cans made ore type, which is now the biggest traded by volume in the world, pretty well unheard of then. And so, look, I'm kind of used to that kind of criticism, mate. We have built great Australian companies out of it. I think this is Australia's shot to create a Saudi Aramco, to create an economy the size of Saudi Arabia as just one of the strings to our bow. Look, we could miss it. We say, yeah, no, we'll just ride on the sheep's back or the iron ore industry, but I think that's crazy. The world will go to green energy. The world will go to green hydrogen. Let's not miss it, Kieran.
And do you think this is enough? I know that you've met with President Biden and others. They've got that huge policy. It's known as the Inflation Reduction Act, but basically it's a huge subsidy for manufacturing and clean energy. Is this enough to keep investment here?
Well, the US subsidy is like 250 times what ours is. And ours is basically saying Australia's in the game. Europe also have put big subsidies on the table. North America, as you know, well, you may not know, Kieran, but the IRA is already paying for itself. The economic growth and the tax take, which is accelerating because of the IRA in North America, I made the prediction to the President that it would pay itself off every 3 to 4 years. I think it's actually going to beat that in. This has been a really great investment for North America. Should Australia have a real crack at this? Yes, I think we should. Our projects alone, Kieran, mate, they're over $100 billion US dollars. They're not 2 billion Australian. But what this does, it sends a signal out that Australia is going to be in this game. I think it's a fantastic start. But look, there's big companies all over Australia and all of the major investment funds around our country, trillions of dollars, are saying, let's not lose this race. Let's be part of this. Let's win for our country, not see our capital, our smart people, our leaders, our technology just go overseas, because, Kieran, that's what's happening now.
You've said it's a start. Will it be enough, though, to keep those dollars, those investment dollars, on Australian soil?
Kieran, I'd like the government to look at $2 billion. If we can allocate it simply and quickly and get projects going, get our economic growth going, get the tax take increasing, get employment really cranked up. I mean, we've got diving employment in the coal industry. People know oil and gas has a sunset clause on it, including for their careers. This is an industry which is labour intensive, technology intensive, and will be in the region. So I think we've just got to get it going. Is it enough? Kieran, one company, us, has $100 billion plus worth of projects around the world. So what it's saying is, if we allocate this capital simply, don't get tricky about it, don't try and make it complex so the bureaucrats are happy, just nice and simple so the capital markets get it and can trust it. then it will start to repay itself every 2 or 3 years. Now, look, that is an investment, Kieran, which any investor and any government would take. And that's how I see this Hydrogen Headstart, to get the economy going, get the multiplier economic impact going, get people into work, get new careers rolling, and get our country on the front foot.
How soon do you expect these the flow of exports? When would you expect to have your first shipment of green hydrogen?
Oh, mate, we'll have our first shipment of green hydrogen in 2025. It'll be in the form of green ammonia. You know, we can do artificial natural gas, we can do green ammonia, we can do a number of other products, and of course we can do green hydrogen if you transport it in a pipe. But if we want to ship it, initially it'll be shipped as green ammonia. That's a fantastic fuel in itself. We're trialling it now for all our ships. So look, I think 24, 25, I'm pushing for 24. My chief executive and my team are saying, hey, look, this is tough already. Let's get cracking at 25. So look, just know as soon as possible, Kieran. I'm hoping it'll be in Australia, but look, we also have projects in North America and around the world which have to get cracking too, because we're an Australian company. We have to compete globally.
And finally, what is your message to those who might be watching today and say, Andrew Forrest, it's a great vision, but how can we believe that this is going to be transformational, the game changer that you fervently believe it will be? Because
fortunately, we have this litmus test. We have this lie detector now, which is out there. It's called the IRA. That is what the United States has already brought in. We can watch now what is happening in the United States. We can cut our policy. We can form our judgments. We can make our decisions on what is already happening in North America. In North America, that economy is starting to crank because of the IRA, because people are saying, hey, we know global warming is upon us. We absolutely know diesel, coal, oil, gas must end. We're not predicting global warming anymore. Only a muppet would think that. We're actually living in it. Now, that message is getting across everywhere. The IRA as a policy is proving itself to be financially very beneficial for North America. We now can see some other projects, some other policy to say, hey, let's learn from their great successes and small mistakes, and let's follow that in Australia, because we have really smart people. We have hardworking people. We have great technology and great technology development. We've got great managers, great leaders, and let's not forget, abundant solar and wind, which is just completely wasted right now, which we could build companies the size and industries the size of Saudi Aramco if we get into it, Kieran. So let's just put the doubting Thomases aside and get into it. I faced all this criticism when I got into iron ore, told that will never work, wasting your time and everyone else's. Look, it's been Australia's best performing company in the last 20 years. It employs 20,000 people. That success, Kieran, will be small compared to what is capable for companies all over Australia if we back in green hydrogen and green energy.
Well, it looks like Jim Chalmers is no doubting Thomas when it comes to the budget on this one. Andrew Forrest, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kieran.